Hi gamers and developers, and welcome to another GDT vlog. On today's vlog we're gonna talk about Cozy Autumn Game Jam. And this game jam is a typical themed game jam, and it lasted for 2 weeks, and the theme of this year was Cozy Autumn. It had two optional things to do on the jam. So one of the things was an optional palette. You can find the palette in the itch.io of the jam. And another optional thing was optional mechanics. So the mechanic was one room only. Today we have Team 1 here, and unfortunately we only have one member of Team 1. And I'm gonna let him present himself. So tell me your name, your role, and how many jams you participated before this one.
So hi, my name is Alexandre. I was a programmer for this jam, and I'm not sure how many, but I think 6 or 5 jams. But I'm gonna say I think this was my favorite one because it was the most fun I had.
Very nice. Yeah, we already have a strong opinion, right? Okay, so this is a good thing because you're starting to be coming from an amateur developer to kind of a professional one in game jams. So the team had 2 more people. So those 2 people were artists. They aren't here, but they are Maria Vieira and Patricia Henriques. So about the development of the game, do you want to tell me a little bit about what the game is?
Yeah, sure. So the base idea was to be one room only. That was one of the optional rules of the jam, and we had this idea of a tavern on fantasy, something like the Hobbits, something like that. And initially we were gonna make a lot of characters like wizards and stuff, but we actually just made one, and it's not fantastical at all. It's just a human who dresses as a dog. And the game basically, the objective of the game is to solve the client's problems. That a client, it was supposed to be one client per day, and we as a bartender, we had to solve the problems. And some problems were supposed to be like kind of serious, but the problem we let in the game, in the final game, it's not serious at all. It's actually comedic. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's it for the description of the game.
Yeah. So by the way, this game is a visual novel, yeah. And you can play it as always on the GameDev itch.io page. So like I mentioned before, you only had 2 weeks to develop the game. So what was your strategy to develop the game in 2 weeks?
That's actually a funny story. We thought we had 3 weeks. So on the last 2 days, I was searching not teams, but backgrounds, and for some reason I thought, oh, I'm going to see the jam page, and I saw we already have we just have 2 days to finish the game. So I messaged my colleagues, and we were like, oh, we have to finish this now. So it was a very rushed idea of the character John Woof. We had this initial gag where we just were gonna make a human character, just a regular human, and so coincidentally that was the only character we had written dialogue. So yeah. We finished that character pretty quickly, and we implemented everything on the same night, almost everything, and it was really stressful, but it was really fun at the same time.
Okay.
3 people in a Discord call, really stressed. We have to make John Woof more woofable.
So that's a very weird thing to say, but I love that you just said that it was very stressful but also very fun. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that. So I love that you love the stress. So talking a little bit more about the gem itself and the development of the game, what did you learn throughout the gem?
Time management, probably, and scripting, but dialogue scripting, because it was my first time writing dialogue, like profoundly, and it was fun. Yeah.
Okay. So you already talked a little bit more about how you kind of messed up the timelines, but besides that, did you wish you do anything differently?
Different. I don't think so. I think it went really smoothly, except the last part. Maybe actually look at the dates a little before, but I think it went really well with the team. Yeah.
And I must say that I played your game, like I always do, but I played your game and I really liked the character. I didn't know that you wanted to do like a fantasy setting, but I really loved the character you wrote because it was a very funny character and it kind of incorporated the core of the game. So you speak about the game being about solving problems of other people, and I think even though you only did one character, I think that character very much provides that to the person playing it, because I played the game about like 3 or 4 times just to see all the endings, and all the endings were very different, and I always felt either like a good person because I helped the person, or like a terrible person because I only made the problem worse. And you didn't have like extremes. It wasn't like a good ending and a bad ending. You also had grays in the middle. I like that.
Thank you.
Even though you didn't have, like you said, time for other characters, I think that one was well written. So yeah. Besides that, did you feel that anything was missing in your team?
I don't think so. Our team was really well prepared, and we had programmer and 2 artists. One newbie, but she did all the sprites, and another artist that also helped me with the scripting, and I think it was really well put together. Our skills and talents. It was a smart move to choose a visual novel because your team had more artists than programmers, so I think that was a nice choice. So you already talked a little bit about this, but I want to know if you have more worst moments during the gem. Worst moment, I would say the same. The last day, but at the same time, it's not the worst. I don't think it was the worst. It was actually, as I said, really fun. So maybe the worst part was the shock of seeing that there was only 2 days to do it. That was the worst moment, but I think it was well overcome.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a good thing. And I'm guessing that if you don't have worst moments, you have a lot of best moments. Yeah. The best moments always for me the jam for the best moments of any jam are always the brainstorming because it's where we are most excited and like every idea comes to mind and we are like, so we have to do this and this and this, and like I said, the character John Wolf came up initially as a joke, so it was really funny that he was the only character. So it was supposed to be comic relief. Yeah. But it was the only comic relief. Everything was comic relief. Yeah. So I'm actually gonna give my opinion on this matter because, like you guys know, if you have watched our vlogs, a lot of people mention that the best moments during the gym are the brainstorming. And I agree. And I agree because sometimes we can have an idea on our mind, but I think working with a group, especially one that's so cool like ours, is always so fun because people have such creative ideas and such different ideas in their minds. And sometimes, like you said, you came up with the idea of a comic relief character, and it ended up being the only character in the game. But I think that coming up of ideas is always very fun and creative, and I think that's what makes the core of the game be so much more personal to the team. So yeah, I agree with that. The best moments during the jam most of the times are the brainstorming. So a question specifically for you, because we had a vlog with Alexandre before, and if you have watched that vlog, you know that Alexandre worked on the art, even though he's a programmer, and it was also a visual novel. So in this visual novel in specific, Alexandre, you worked in narrative. So what was it like for you to work in narrative for a visual novel?
I would say it was really, actually, I really like doing art, but art is exhausting.
Yeah.
And scripting, dialogue scripting, is actually really fun because, like I said, this was a comic relief character, and I was like, this joke, and I have to put it all in, and it was really funny, like doing the scripting and asking, what do you think about this? And the person was like, what? It's great. It was really fun. So actually, I really like doing the narrative. I would like to do more in the future.
Okay. Look, very nice. I'm glad that you like to work as a narrator, because like I mentioned before, we sometimes switch roles, and I'm glad that you learned that you like this new role. Was it the first time you were writing narrative for a game?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so I'm glad that you liked it and that you found it fun, and it wasn't a bad experience, because sometimes it's a bad experience. So I think I already know the answer to this question, but to the viewers back at home, do you want to keep developing the game?
Definitely. We have so much ideas, like at least 3 characters we have in mind. So I'm not gonna spoil it, but we are going to update the game with more characters and more features.
Are you already working in the game? So, to the people back at home, surprise! We have a new update coming. Maybe by the time this vlog comes out, the update will already be there.
Maybe.
So you'll have to keep checking the itch.io page to find out, and that's very nice. I always say that if you want to keep developing the game, do it right after you deliver the game, because sometimes it can be become quite difficult to keep working on a game you have left for so long ago. So I'm glad to hear that you're already working in the game and you already have an update, and I want to see that update. So, final question to you, as always. Do you have any advice for the viewers back at home?
I would say try to organize the. If you are doing dialogue and stuff, don't keep it all in the same page. Really important with branching. Don't keep it all in the same page. Make visual. It can be post-its. Doesn't matter. Just keep it visual. The decisions visual. And I would say try to ask feedback from your colleagues. Don't try to do all alone. I think that's it.
I love that advice. I also agree with you. I've also worked a little bit in narrative before, and one thing that helps a lot is to make everything so much organized. Everything must be as organized as possible, so someone that will just arrive there and can read the things you did. So great advice. And also communication with your peers is always so very important. So I'm glad that you said that. So I think that's all for today. Today's vlog was a little bit short because we only have, like I said, Alexandre, but short but not short but very good, like I used to say. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And as always, keep updated on our social networks, keep watching our vlogs, keep checking the YouTube page so you can see all the other videos we have. And we have a surprise, like Alexandre said, so keep looking on the itch.io page to see the update for this game. And that's all for today. Bye.
Bye.